Welcome to the Omni Dental Podcast. Okay, let's unpack this. We're talking about starting fresh, looking at 2025 oral health resolutions, your guide to a healthier smile. Our mission today really is to cut through all the noise, give you the most effective science-backed steps, things you can actually do to strengthen your teeth, protect your gums, and, boost your confidence in 2025.
Yeah.
Think of it as a shortcut to solid preventive dentistry know-how.
And what's interesting, I think, is how the source material focuses on these, small changes that really add up, big results from little things. The quick read gives you the basics, brush and floss daily, smarter food choices, stay hydrated, regular checkups, pretty standard stuff on the surface.
Right.
But the real value, I feel, is in the details, the nuances behind those steps.
And this guidance, it's coming from Omni Dental in Arlington Heights, Illinois, a practice that really seems to get that connection between preventive care and just overall well-being. They're committed to helping patients get and keep that healthy, confident smile. So let's start right there at the foundation. Everyone knows, okay, brush and floss, but what's the specific goal here? What are we actually fighting when we do that routine?
Well, technically you're fighting biofilm. Most people just call it plaque.
Oh, plaque. Okay.
Yeah, it's this sticky film of bacteria. It's always forming on your teeth. But the key thing to understand is the difference between plaque and tartar or calculus.
Okay.
Plaque is soft. You can remove it with good brushing and flossing. But if you miss it, if you're not consistent, it hardens. It absorbs minerals from your saliva and boom, tartar.
And tartar, that's the hard stuff. You can't get that off yourself, can you?
That's exactly right. Once it's hardened, it creates this rough surface perfect for more bacteria to grab onto. And you absolutely need professional tools like a scaler to remove it. So those foundational habits, they're all about disrupting and removing the plaque before it gets a chance to mineralize, before it turns into tartar.
Got it. So let's talk tools and technique then, because that seems like where things can go wrong. If I'm using just a regular manual brush, what's the real benefit of upgrading? The sources mentioned soft-bristled and electric options.
Yeah, that's a great point. Upgrading your toothbrush can give you a really high return. Electric toothbrushes, especially the sonic or oscillating ones, they just have mechanical advantages.
How so?
Well, they achieve thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of strokes per minute. You just physically cannot replicate that by hand.
Right, no way.
But if you are using a manual brush, the key is soft bristles, protect those gums, and definitely use fluoride toothpaste. That helps with remineralization.
Okay, but let's say I splurge on a fancy sonic brush. Do I still need to replace the head every 3 months? It sounds like a lot for an expensive gadget.
It does. I get that. But it's not really about the motor. It's about the bristles themselves. The source material is pretty clear on this. Replace the head every 3 months. Why? Because worn-out, frayed bristles just aren't effective anymore. They don't disrupt plaque well, especially in those little crevices or right at the gum line. Think of it like, quality control for your cleaning. If the bristles are splayed out, they're just kind of scrubbing your gums sideways, not actually cleaning the tooth surface properly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense when you put it that way. Now, flossing, the one everyone, struggles with, let's be honest.
Yeah.
The sources mention adding a water flosser for extra support. Here's the thing. If someone just hates string floss, can the water flosser totally replace it?
That's a really common question. And the answer is, it's a bit nuanced. The source suggests they work best together. Traditional string floss gives you that mechanical scraping action against the side of the tooth. That's super effective for dislodging sticky plaque. A water flosser, it's fantastic at flushing out loose debris and bacteria, especially from pockets or around braces, implants, that kind of thing. It's great for cleaning below the gum line, too.
So one scrapes, one flushes. Different jobs.
Exactly. Ideally, you want both. But if you absolutely won't use string floss, a water flosser is certainly much, much better than doing nothing between your teeth.
Right. Okay. That distinction helps.
Right.
Before we get into diet, the sources also mention something specific. Night guards for people who grind their teeth. Why is that a resolution? Isn't that more of a dental treatment?
It's listed because identifying the need is the resolution state for the patient. A lot of people grind or clench. It's called bruxism. And often they don't even know they're doing it, especially at night. And that habit, it can cause tiny fractures in your enamel, wear down your teeth, even lead to jaw pain, TMJ issues. So getting a custom-fitted night guard from your dentist acts like a shock absorber. It distributes the force, protects your teeth long-term. It stops small cracks turning into big problems, like needing a root canal later on.
Wow. Okay. So noticing the signs like jaw soreness or worn teeth, That's the first step.
Precisely.
All right, let's shift gears. Lifestyle changes. We're moving from like mechanical cleaning to biochemical defense. We always hear cut down on sugar. But what's the actual chemistry going on? How does diet sabotage or maybe help our mouth's defenses?
It really boils down to acid attacks and pH balance in your mouth.
pH balance, I guess.
So when you eat sugar or even simple carbs, the bacteria living in your mouth, they metabolize it super fast, and their waste product is lactic acid. Now, neutral pH is about 7. But when that acid drops the pH in your mouth below about 5.5, that's the critical point you start demineralizing. The acid literally starts dissolving calcium and phosphate right out of your enamel.
Yikes. Sounds like a constant battle then. So what are the best offensive moves with food, besides just, skipping the candy aisle?
The best moves help neutralize that acid and actually encourage remineralization, rebuilding the enamel. The source mentions actionable swaps.
Like what?
Crunchy vegetables are good. They kind of mechanically scrub the teeth a bit, plus they stimulate saliva. Saliva is your natural buffer against acid.
Okay.
Cheese and nuts are also highlighted as excellent choices. Cheese, especially, boosts saliva, and it contains calcium and phosphates. It can actually help repair that micro damage from acid.
Interesting. Cheese to fight cavities.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Okay, yeah. Within reason, of course.
So where does plain old water fit into this pH equation? Can just drinking water really make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. Water is maybe the most underrated resolution on the list.
Yeah.
Seriously. Drinking water consistently does, 3 key things.
Okay, what are they?
First, it physically washes away food bits and leftover acid. Just rinses things out. Second, it helps you produce enough saliva. Dry mouth xerostomia is really bad news for teeth because saliva protects them. A dry mouth is usually an acidic mouth.
Makes sense. And third?
Third, if you're drinking tap water in many areas, you're getting fluoride. And fluoride is just a powerhouse for strengthening enamel against acid attacks.
Right, the fluoride benefit. Okay. We touched on calcium and vitamin D. Can we zoom in a bit? Why those specific nutrients? What makes them so structurally important?
Well, your teeth are mostly minerals, right? And your jaw is bone. Calcium and phosphate are literally the building blocks, but vitamin D is the key that unlocks the door. It's essential because it helps your body absorb the calcium you eat and then use it effectively to keep bones and teeth strong.
So without enough D, the calcium might not even get put to work properly.
Exactly. You might not have the raw materials your body needs to repair the tiny bits of damage enamel takes every single day from acids.
Okay, got it. Now, speaking of things we put in our bodies with major consequences, the source is really firm about quitting smoking as a resolution.
Yeah, and this one, it really can't be emphasized enough. Quitting smoking is probably the single most powerful thing you can do for your long-term oral health and your overall health, obviously.
Why is it so bad for the mouth specifically?
It's like a triple threat. First, it restricts blood flow to your gums. That makes them way more vulnerable to infection, leading to gum disease, periodontal disease.
Okay.
Second, it introduces all sorts of toxins that dramatically raise your risk of oral cancer. Dramatically.
That's serious.
And third, it really messes with healing. It can seriously compromise the success rate of things like dental implants or other complex procedures. It's just a huge risk multiplier across the board.
Wow. Okay, message received on that one. Let's move to the professional side of things. We established you can't remove tartar yourself, even with the best routine. How often should we be getting those professional cleanings, and what else is happening during that visit?
The general recommendation is every 6 months for a checkup and cleaning. That frequency is usually needed for the hygienist or dentist to remove any of that hardened tartar, the calculus, that you just can't shift at home.
Right.
But it's more than just cleaning. That checkup is crucial for screening. They're looking for really subtle signs, early gum recession, the very beginnings of decay, maybe issues with how your teeth fit together, your bite.
So catching things early.
Exactly. Catching a tiny cavity today prevents needing a much more complex, expensive, and potentially painful root canal or even an extraction down the road. It's preventative maintenance.
That makes total sense. It's an investment, really.
Yeah.
Now, since our source is Omni Dental, let's talk about them specifically for a moment.
Yeah.
How does the care they offer in Arlington Heights tie into supporting these resolutions?
Well, Omni Dental, led by Dr. Bellis Poles, who has, over a decade of experience, they really seem to take a holistic view. They cover general, cosmetic, and preventative dentistry, but also handle things like injuries and emergencies.
Yeah.
Their whole philosophy seems very patient first.
Yeah.
It's about tailoring care to what you actually need, making sure you're comfortable. Treating patients like family, that's kind of their vibe.
You mentioned advanced technology earlier.
Hmm.
How does that play into helping patients achieve these goals, like preventing issues?
Advanced tech helps in a lot of ways. Think digital x-rays, less radiation, clearer images, or intraoral cameras.
What are those?
They're tiny cameras that let you, the patient, see exactly what the dentist is seeing inside your mouth, projected onto a screen. It really helps you understand what's going on and why a certain treatment might be needed. It makes you more of a partner in your own care.
Ah, I see. That's cool.
Yeah, and it just ensures everything is more precise, more efficient, whether it's a simple filling or something more complex.
And their service list, it goes way beyond just checkups and fillings. It mentions things like dental implants, even complex stuff like all-on-4 or full arch. What are those for?
Right. So prevention is always goal number one, but sometimes repair or replacement is necessary. Dental implants are basically the gold standard for replacing missing teeth. They act like an artificial root. And procedures like all-on-4 or full arch implants, those are advanced methods to restore an entire upper or lower set of teeth if many are missing or failing. They provide a really stable, permanent solution that looks and functions much better than traditional dentures for many people.
Okay. And what about things that seem a little outside the box, like sleep apnea appliances or even aesthetic services like injectables? How do those fit in?
It goes back to that holistic, patient-centered idea. Sleep apnea appliances, for example, are custom dental devices. They reposition your jaw slightly while you sleep to keep your airway open. That's huge for overall health, not just oral health.
Okay, I see the connection there.
And injectables, sometimes they're used therapeutically, like for severe cases of that grinding or clenching we talk about, bruxism. Injectables can help relax those overworked jaw muscles, which directly links back to protecting your teeth.
Ah, okay. So it's not just cosmetic in that case.
Exactly. It can be therapeutic, protecting the teeth from excessive force. It shows they're looking at the whole picture: teeth, jaws, muscles, airway.
That definitely clarifies their approach.
Yeah.
It sounds very comprehensive total health, not just drilling and filling.
Right. They handle root canals, specialized cleanings, and yes, even things like microneedling or hydrofacials. They view the smile and face as interconnected.
So let's wrap this up. Bringing it all together, these resolutions understanding plaque versus tartar, actually replacing your toothbrush head, using water strategically, this seems simple, but really effective ways to protect your teeth and gums all year.
Absolutely. And if you connect it to the bigger picture, getting that healthier smile in 2025 really comes down to two things: consistent, informed daily habits, plus that crucial expert support from your dental team. And the Omni dental team in Arlington Heights. They're definitely equipped and ready to help you make these changes stick. You can schedule a visit with them to get started.
And just for our listeners in the area, Omni Dental serves Arlington Heights and the surrounding communities too. That includes Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, Wheeling, Des Plaines, and Elk Grove Village. We'll put their number in the notes, but it's 847-483-8833.
It's really about taking control this year, using these resolutions as your guide.
So here's something to maybe mull over as we finish. If we agree that the biggest constant threat is that acid attack from what we eat and drink, what if the single most powerful thing you did wasn't necessarily brushing longer, but maybe just adding one tiny habit, like rinsing with water immediately after your morning coffee, or chewing a small piece of cheese after that afternoon snack? Which one of those little micro-interventions could actually be the most powerful shift you make this week to break that cycle of decay for the rest of the year? Something to think about.